Hey guys, it is me, the Emerald Sword, and welcome back to another video where I have another book haul for you. So, if you know my channel by now, you will know that I really like doing these book haul things because it shows you what books I'm getting and where they are on the bookshelf and stuff. But here we have a really special one because these are Stephen King books that I've never had before, and I know that most of them are very popular, or at least one of them is. The other three are kind of here and there, but anyway, let's get into this. So basically, if you know my style by now, I kind of do about 3 or more books, and that's what I consider to be a book haul. And these are 2 orders that I got from my bookstore, but since I only got 2 at a time for each order, let's just put them both together. So the first one is The Stand, right here. And you're probably going to be confused. You're like, what? You've never had The Stand before? To which I say, no, I have not had The Stand before. But anyway, so if you're a Stephen King fan, you probably know very much about The Stand. But if you're not, I will explain it to you. So basically, The Stand is like, it's about this patient that escapes, I guess, like this hospital thing. But unbeknownst to them, they're carrying a deadly disease. And then, long story short, the disease gets out, kills 99% of the entire Earth's population. And then the survivors, one of which is a 108-year-old woman on the good side, and Randall Flagg is the bad guy. And then so all the survivors are like picking sides and trying to survive and stuff. It is a really famous Stephen King book, and if you can tell by all that, it's actually the longest Stephen King book that Stephen King has ever written. So, yeah, this is actually the 1990 re-release of The Stand. The original 78 version had to be cut down for, like, cost purposes, I've been told. But in 1990, Stephen King got to restore The Stand back to its 1,200-page size. And so in 1990, this version was released. So, yeah, anyway, The Stand is really famous. It became, like, a really good miniseries and then a really bad miniseries. But, yeah. So that's the first one. And then the second book that I got in the first haul was Insomnia. Now, I've heard a lot of things about Insomnia, and I have not seen favorable reviews for Insomnia. In fact, I think that I've heard that a lot of people who've read Insomnia have found the cure for insomnia. Apparently, it's not very good. But anyway, so it's quite large. Actually, yeah, 3 of these, The Stand, this one, and the next one are quite large, and then the other one is not quite that large. But anyway, yeah, so Insomnia. And basically, this one is about this guy named Ralph Roberts, and apparently he's living out his golden years, mourning the death of his wife, but apparently that's also giving him insomnia. And every night he goes to sleep, he starts waking up earlier and earlier and earlier, until one day he just doesn't go to sleep at all. So then apparently he just walks out in the middle of the night across Derry, Maine. That's going to be scary. And he starts noticing some weird stuff happening. I think it's Pennywise, because I've heard that Mike Hanlon is in Insomnia. Like, he's an actual character in Insomnia. And Mike Hanlon was a part of It. So, yeah, there's some weird stuff going on in Derry, and Ralph and Mike have got to solve it. So that's Insomnia, and that was the end of the first 2 that I ordered. So anyway, the first one of the new batch that I ordered is Dolores Claiborne. I've heard that Dolores Claiborne is really good, and I've heard that the movie is also really good. So basically, Dolores Claiborne, it says here that like there's this rich family called the Donovans, and I guess one of the members of the family, Vera, gets murdered, and all suspicion goes to her housekeeper and caretaker, whose name is Dolores Claiborne. So I guess this book is just her, like, retelling her whole life to, like, the police or something. Anyway, yeah, so fun thing about this book is that if you remember the book Misery was turned into a great film starring Kathy Bates. And Stephen King loved Kathy Bates' performance so much that he basically wrote Dolores Claiborne right here with Kathy Bates in mind to play Dolores Claiborne. Guess who played her in the movie? But yeah, anyway, so that's Dolores Claiborne. Housekeeper gets blamed and then gives her life story. That's basically it. And then the last one over here is Rose Metter. So, of course, this is the third big one I was talking about. Dolores Claiborne is quite small. But, yeah, so basically Rose Madder is like this girl named Rosie Daniels. I guess her husband is not the nicest dude in the world. And so after 14 years of misery and pain, she finally escapes her husband's, I guess, hold on her life to start a new life and stuff. But her husband doesn't quite like that very much, and then he decides to go after her. So it looks like it'll be like kind of like a revenge sort of thing, like a hunting down thing. And then it's okay. Let me explain it this way. If you've seen like the Invisible Man movie from like 2020, where you know the main character, she leaves her abusive life, but the guy like goes after her under the guise of the Invisible Man. It's kind of like that from what I can tell. So yeah, basically she leaves her abusive life, but her abusive life comes back to try and find her, and she doesn't want that. But yeah, those are the books, and yeah, let's go add them to the bookshelf. Alrighty guys, I've added the books to the bookshelf, so yeah, let's take a look at them. So here's The Stand in 1978, and I'm very aware that I said that this is the extended edition, first released in 1990, but even though I can easily find the 78 edition online, I do not have it yet. So until I replace that, the 1990 re-release will be in 78, and it is of course between Rage in 1977, represented here by the Bachman Books collection, and by Night Shift, also in 1978. Alright, so moving down the bookshelf, here we have Dolores Claiborne, and it was released in late 1992, so it is in between Gerald's Game from earlier in 1992 and Nightmares and Dreamscapes in 1993. And then see, look at that, we have a double feature here. So Insomnia, it came out in 1994, so it's in between Nightmares and Dreamscapes from 1993 and Rose Madder from 1995. And of course Rose Madder, as I just said, was in 1995, so it was in between Insomnia from 1994 and The Green Mile from 1996. But anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the bookshelf again, and yeah, let's go wrap this thing up. But yeah, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. As I really want to get to The Stand, I do, but I kind of want to read the short edition first from 1978 to see what that's like, and then I'll get into the longer one. I will review both, I promise, but yeah, I'm going to hold off on The Stand for a little bit until I get the shortened edition. But yeah, anyway, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to like the video if you haven't, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And yeah, that about wraps things up here. I've been Ben from the Emerald Sword, and I will see you guys next time.